Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. As you know, I've talked about the Great Reset agenda by the World Economic Forum and their strategic agreement with the United Nations to bring forth their Agenda 2030, and how the leader of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, has openly announced that they want to exploit the COVID situation and bring about a fourth industrial revolution to bring in all of these changes. Such as, welcome to 2030. They say, I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Sounds great. A world where they want you to not eat meat anymore. They want you to eat 3D steaks, for Christ's sake. So look, I've done loads of videos on this Great Reset in the past. I'll include one of them at the end of this video in case you haven't seen them. But I thought I'd show you this video today that I found. And it looks like it was made for something for kids, the way it's presented, but this was made 10 years ago by Forum for the Future. Forum for the Future is the UK's, it says here, leading sustainable. We work internationally with government, business and public service providers, helping them to develop strategies to achieve success through sustainability to deliver products and services which enhance people's lives and are better for the environment, blah, 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 and lead to a better world. What, to build back better? They put this creepy ass video out in 2011. They claimed back then that the video was a toolkit for the businesses and the governments of the world to plan in the future. And it looks very much like the Great Reset blueprint. Check it out.
Oh, hi. I'm so glad you're on time. I'm V. I'm looking forward to showing you around Plandopolis today. My husband works from home. He's a virtual engineer working on one of the city's desalination plants. He controls the robots who do all the important maintenance. I think he basically plays computer games for a living. You ready to go? Have you got your calorie card open on your smartphone? I registered your visit with Slick Travel Corp the other day, so they've allotted you a journey time to match mine. It makes so much sense, doesn't it? Switch off brain and go to work. With this many people around, I'm glad there's a mega computer in charge. We're so lucky. Our kids were allocated a school quite near my practice, so I can drop them off on the way. It saves on our calorie ration. Well, it won't be long until the little darlings get their career announcements. They've been working so hard, so I'm sure they'll get something good. Not that there's anything wrong with fixing carbon scrubbers for a living or anything. Are you hungry? Let's pop to the market as we're passing. Right, what's on the menu this month? No, not meat. It's not your birthday. The Global Food Council are doing a really good job of keeping food production going. I mean, you don't get the choice you used to, but we're better off than most. I think it's probably easiest to walk from here. You barely see a car in the city centre nowadays, unless you're rich. Oh, the state knows they just aren't practical anymore. We're all trying to meet our global carbon deal. Electric bikes are so much better for getting around our neighbourhood. And why waste valuable space on car parks when you can use them to grow food? I don't care what you say, Alex. They don't deserve to live in that ghetto. They are completely disconnected. No high-speed transport system, no new internet. They miss out on jobs and many essential services too. Oh, hi again. What a day. I had to make an emergency visit to the Cry Freedom ghettos. I mean, I miss my sister like mad, but I'm glad they went when they moved to New Amsterdam. They're safe from climate change on the floating city. Oh, that must be her now. It's much easier to meet up with friends virtually now. So many cities have banned cars in central areas. Ooh, looks like she's got some juicy gossip.
Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. So I see that it's been leaked that the UK are going into national lockdown next week. This should come as no surprise. France, Germany, Belgium, Ireland, of course the UK now will follow. If you look at the pandemic statistics for all of these countries, they are wildly different, especially in the fatalities. Yet they all want to lock down for a month, or 6 weeks in Ireland's case, all with the same sort of rules attached. All of these politicians know that this will cause a financial cataclysm. This is going to be really messy, but they still seem to go ahead with it anyway. Why? Well, it seems you can't make a new omelette without breaking some eggs. And this seems to tie in with the World Economic Forum's The Great Reset, which pretty much doesn't hide the fact that they want to reset the world. They have stated they wanted to take the crisis and use it as an excuse to reset everything. The World Economic Forum is run by Klaus Schwab. He's been running it for the last 50 years. Here he is with presidents, world leaders, big money entrepreneurs throughout the ages. The World Economic Forum has a membership of 1,000 of the richest companies in the world. Your Amazons, your Googles, your Apples, your Microsofts. They all pay £39,000 a year just to be members. They meet every year at Davos in Switzerland to discuss how they are going to change the world. Now, hold that thought. On the other side of the fence, we have the United Nations, okay? The most powerful intergovernmental organization in the world. They have an agenda. It's not a secret. It's called Agenda 2030. They want to create, they say, a more sustainable world by 2030. 195 countries are signed up to the United Nations. In June 2019, the World Economic Forum signed an exclusive partnership agreement with the United Nations to accelerate the implementation of the UN's 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which has been adopted by all of the 195 UN member countries. This guy, Klaus Schwab, who, as I mentioned earlier, runs the World Economic Forum, who have signed a deal with the United Nations, his family history is pretty much unavailable, although we do know his father was the managing director of an engineering company in Germany throughout World War II. But all details of him and what the company did in that time have been wiped from records. This guy Klaus, he has a book out about the pandemic and the Great Reset, in which he says, radical changes of such consequence are coming that some pundits have referred to a before pandemic and after pandemic era. We will continue to be surprised by both the rapidity and unexpected nature of these changes as they conflate with each other. They will provoke second, third, fourth and more order consequences, cascading effects and unforeseen outcomes. In so doing, they will shape a new normal, radically different from the one we will be progressively leaving behind. Many of our beliefs and assumptions about what the world could or should look like will be shattered in the process, he says in his book. The World Economic Forum have videos on their website talking about how huge amounts of the public in the world will have to retrain if they want to live in this new normal.
By 2025, companies expect to displace roughly 6% of their total workforce. 1 in 2 workers will need reskilling, and those remaining in their current roles will need to update 40% of their skill set to adapt to the changing labor market.
I'm trying to keep this concise, but all of these countries take orders from the United Nations. It looks to me like this is what is happening right now. So what happened about democracy? Was there ever any democracy in the world? We don't seem to have a choice about these massive changes coming down the line. They are being forced on us, and by the looks of it, they're being forced on us in a very duplicitous way. As always, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.